The start of the Olympics opening ceremonies where LeBron James will be a flag bearer for the United States. As for his basketball team, Steve Kerr's team was 5-0 in their showcase games. And despite some inconsistent play, Steph Curry still very much has his eyes on the gold. He was talking to reporters before the games in Paris begin. Here's what Steph said.
Who are you looking forward to the most to play against?
Whoever's in the gold medal game.
Nice.
Great answer.
Thank you.
All right, and so we've got more answers to get to. Brian Windhorst has drawn this assignment for us. And I want to take everyone a little bit behind the scenes in television, okay? There are some times when you will see a reporter or someone on TV, and they're sitting, they're like, is that really the Eiffel Tower behind them? And there's actually a green screen. It's not real. It is fake. Windy, this is real. You are legitimately standing directly in front of the Eiffel Tower, are you not?
Currently, if you want the honest answer, I'm sitting. But yes, there's no green screen. This is actually a railing right here. It's right across the Seine behind me.
Okay, right across the Seine. So you are having yourself a pretty good week so far. The Team USA has had a very interesting few weeks. Talk to me about what Steve Kerr said, because I mentioned that Team USA was 5-0 in these warm-up games, but there were some close calls. What is the coach saying?
Yeah, after those two games in London where they won barely over South Sudan and then had the 4-point win over Germany, I would say Steve Kerr was kind of lukewarm. He didn't really criticize his team. When they got here to France 2 days ago, there was a major shift, and he has really been a lot more critical. I'm not sure if it was a strategy or if it was because he reviewed the tape or what, but he definitely was trying to send a message to them. Specifically, he didn't like their pace of play. He frankly said they were dogging it, basically. He said they were jogging, said that he wants them to be coming off the court exhausted, that they're only going to be playing 20, 23 minutes, not a 30, 35-minute stretch like you would play in an NBA game. And their advantage is their depth and their ability to put 5 All-Stars in for 5 guys coming out. He didn't see that against South Sudan and Germany. And starting on Sunday, when they open up with Serbia, who frankly, Greeny, I think there's a pathway for Serbia to beat the U.S. under certain circumstances. He wants to see them kick it up. So they've gotten here to Paris. They've gone across 3 continents to play their exhibition games. They've done the ceremonies. After tonight, he wants them to focus on business. And boy, did he make that clear the last 2 days.
A reminder that Serbia has Nikola Jokic. So, I mean, we're talking about arguably the best player in the entire world that the U.S. will open with. This wasn't a planned question, but you see so much international basketball. Do you agree with Steve Kerr? Like, as you were at these games, you're watching them. Have they not been laying it all out there the way he is suggesting?
You know, Greeny, in Abu Dhabi last week, they played really well. They beat Australia pretty handily. It got close at the end, but they won that game really well. And then they got their first look at the Serbians, and they pretty much blew them off the court. And I think they got to London where they enjoyed it being there, and I think they just let their guard down in those 2 games. I think what Steve Kerr is, he just wants to get them refocused. Because, look, Team USA in Tokyo in 2021 lost their opener to France, and it sort of set them back a little bit and had them scrambling and changing things up. Their hardest pool play game is, again, right out of the gate against Serbia. He does not want there to have to be an egg laid and a loss on them until they kick into gear. So I think what he's doing is he's using his experience from Tokyo when he was an assistant to change this time. And I'm going to be very interested. I want to see how the team responds. He is basically going to the whip here. He wants his team to react. I will be interested to see if they react. Yesterday, they had far and away their most aggressive and high energy practice that they've had since they've come overseas. So the team is trying to respond.
What has been unquestionable is when the going has gotten tough, they've turned to LeBron. I don't care how old, I mean, and we all understand how old he is and everything else. They have all these young stars who we keep talking about being ready to take over the NBA. But when the chips have been down, they have gone to LeBron, yes?
Yes, I think that's the biggest takeaway for me from these exhibition games. When they were in trouble of losing, and first off, they didn't want to lose. They cared about these games. The ball went to number 6. And I think if/when they get in trouble in the Olympics, whether it's in the pool play or in the medal round, the ball's going to go to number 6. And look, they had one last-second shot where they were down inside 20 seconds and needed a basket. LeBron took it. And so I think you will see that come back. They also need to shoot better from three-point range because, Greeny, LeBron's been their best three-point shooter thus far. That is not what you want to see. That is not his role on this team. So in general, there needs to be more options than LeBron, but he wants this. This reminds me of the in-season tournament last year when he just decided, I'm not losing this. That's the energy he's playing with in these warm-up games so far.
Quickly, how about Kevin Durant? What is the situation with his injury?
Yeah, so good progress. He went through that scrimmage yesterday, assuming no setbacks, and he's able to practice tomorrow. I think there's a good chance he could play for Serbia, but they do want to see how he feels today. But going through 2 days in a row in the full scrimmage yesterday was the best sign yet. He thinks he's ready to go. I think it's more of whether Team USA and the Suns believe that calf is healthy, because as you know, Greeny, 2019 came back from a calf injury and had that catastrophic Achilles. So just with that history, I think they want to be extra cautious.